Hello and welcome to the Perth Blue Baggers pod. My name is Louis, your host.
And I'm Marty on special comments.
Well, we're going to review a marvellous game of round 24 against the Fremantle Dockers. And then we'll be previewing wildcard round against the Melbourne Demons this Saturday night. So let's get into this round 24 game. We were very privileged to make the trip over for once. First Carlton home game in 2 years. So that was great. It was amazing atmosphere. Got to meet my great mate Henry, who I do podcasting with as well on Baggers Unfiltered, as well as Only Carlton, the Tush, and some other mates and the Carlton besties. So that was a great time for me. And then obviously we both enjoyed a win, and it was good to see how our ball movement was in person.
Yeah, this was a great day. It was fantastic. It's always good to see a Carlton win. There's something special about a Carlton home win.
Yep.
Just with all the blue baggers there, just in there in their thousands and thousands, and just the whole place rocking.
Yeah.
What about when Ollie Hollands tackled Patrick Voss in the goal square, ran him down to deny a certain goal? I mean, the whole place just exploded.
We've been to Wharfie time, and that seriously rivaled that.
Wharfie time in Optus in WA is fantastic. It's a great initiative. The Dockers do it really well. It G's them up. But game after game, the number of Blues fans that come out is just astonishing.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere at Marvel was amazing. It really was incredible.
The drums rocking through under your feet. That was good.
And the reason why everyone's up and about is the boys were playing so well.
Yeah.
Playing so well. So they gave up 4 goals at the start of the game. You know what? This team is so good, though. I expected the game to turn. In the past, you might have dropped your heads and gone, oh, well, I can't see them coming back from here. I thought, no, we're going to come back from this. We're going to fight the fight. That I never really sort of doubted, even when we were 4 goals down. I thought, this is, we started slow. They got the bounce, they got the jump on us, etc. But I just thought, the system that Josh Fraser and the boys have put in place now for 3 solid months, is going to come through.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we just settled into the system. We started playing that really well. We started using the ball well. As you said, when you go to the ground, you start to see the ball movement. You start to see how they build up in offense, pinpoint their teammates and shift from one side of the ground to the other while they find the right person. And they're stretching the opposition. That was like the skill level that they're showing at the moment is sensational.
Yeah.
There was, the Dockers were already minor premiers. There's a question mark a bit around whether they hit the contest with full intensity. But even so, you can only beat the opposition that you're in. And they are, nevertheless, a very good team. Now, they're miles ahead of everyone else on the ladder. So, whilst I don't think they'll be too stressed because that was a dead rubber for them, nevertheless, they got completely outplayed.
Yeah.
In fact, if you take the moment from when we were 4 goals down, we kicked 18 goals to 8 after that.
Yeah, it was
We just absolutely
comprehensive.
dominated.
And you're seeing that when we analyse the stat differentials, just how dominant we were. So
Yeah.
that
really
was fantastic.
Look, the other thing I'd point out too, just in general, just the spread of ball winners and the spread of contributors was fantastic. So whilst I had in mind some really outstanding players that clearly I thought deserved to be in the votes, you could throw a blanket over 10 to 15 players who all beat their opponents hands down and who all contributed in different ways to that win. And that's just been, again, another trait, I think, of the Fraser era, is there's such a spread of contributors.
Yep. You had, I think, maybe quite a few individual goal kickers. How many?
I'll pull it up, but it was quite a lot. It was pretty impressive goal kickers. So there was 1, 2. We had 16 against Brisbane. Never quite that many.
No.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, I think it is.
Yeah, 9's very good.
It's pretty good going. And yeah, but it was the spread of goal kickers was broad, but the spread of ball winners. I think we had the top 7 ball winners in the game were all Carlton, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's top 5.
That's still good.
Oh, it's still pretty good going. And then you had, say, Walsh, Smith, Hewitt, Florent, Cripps, Lord, and Chera and Ainsworth. All, 7 or 8 of them, all had 20 or more touches.
Yeah.
So it really was spread out amongst a lot of players. So I think that's really important because you're not going to be, if you're trying to shut down the Blues midfield, who do you go to now?
Well, we got a number of performers, so...
You used to go to Cripps.
Yeah.
And if you could stop Cripps, which is bloody difficult, but if you could, you'd go a long way to stopping Carlton.
Yeah.
And now with Jagger and Walsh in such superb form, that's another 2. Hewitt has had a sensational year. And then you've got other guys like Ainsworth running through the centre. I mean, you've got suddenly a spread of contributors.
It's fantastic. Probably wouldn't have imagined this earlier in the season. I know that's a very cliche thing we've been saying over the last few weeks, but it's just remarkable, and I cannot fathom this turnaround. It's, and like I said earlier, to see it live is just wonderful. So, I don't know, we'll be back for the grand final when we make it this year. We will make a commitment, whether we have to drive 48 hours or some sort of plane trip, helicopter, I don't know.
Well, we've already done our ladder predictor, and it shows us meeting Fremantle in the grand final.
Or Collingwood.
We'd be happy with either, I think.
Yep. Embrace the delusion. Why not? Listen, just be happy that we can just celebrate a win. Right?
Well,
and there's people still out there that say, oh, stop being delusional, you're cursing us and whatever. God forbid some fans actually want to support their club and celebrate a win. So
I think you got to celebrate. Just remember this: there's 8 teams already. They're done with their season. They've had they had Monday celebrations. They're talking about who they're trading and who they're delisting. All of that nonsense. Whereas we're still playing footy.
Yep.
Just remember that.
Indeed. Okay, stats wise, unless
look, the stats were pretty dominant. There's some really dominant ones. We had 113 more disposals, a massive difference in the number of overall disposals. 80 more kicks, 52 to 42 inside 50s. Big discrepancies in clearances, 43 to 30 against a team that's a very good clearance team. 19 to 14 wins out of the centre, 24 to 16 at the stoppages. So that contested delivery, contested ball winning, that is the Carlton trait, was still there. You always build off your strengths. That's our big strength.
Yeah.
And we had it in spades. Now think about what actually happened without the footy, or what happened in uncontested positions. We had almost 100 extra uncontested positions.
Yep.
So 90 extra. It was 126 to 104 contested. Not a really big difference, right? In fact, we were a little bit below our average.
Yeah.
But uncontested, we're well above our average and way more than them. So that's a product of us working really hard. It's a product of our ball movement where we stretch our positions. It's an indication that the game plan is producing results, I think.
Yeah. There was this really good segment on the couch where they analysed our ability to keep the ball inside 50, a really good wall, which forced them down the line, and they couldn't find any uncontested marks downfield to try and move in transition themselves. So, again, another bit of evidence that we can also defend as well as attack.
Well, speaking of attack,
we
scored the highest scoring against the Dockers they've had all year.
Yeah.
This is the minor premiers, probably the favourites for the premiership, and they've conceded more goals against us than any other team all year. And once again, we kept them down well below 100. So, it was a pretty dominant performance in the overall team stats. there, and the boys should rightly be very pleased.
Yep, and that sums up the game for you. Inside 50, what about forward 50 tackles?
Well, that was only 9 to 8, so you know
Okay.
that's that big one that I've often been looking at. That wasn't as one-sided as I would have hoped. But one other thing I'd point out is 127 to 71 marks. So we've had 50% more marks than these guys.
Wow.
Right? So again, that's a sign, I think, about how hard we're working, because a lot of them most of them are uncontested marks.
Yeah.
So there's only 11 of those we've contested. So what's that tell you? It says that we're running into space really hard and finding space.
Yeah, and then we've managed to get 22 marks inside 52. That means you're really lowering the eyes quite well. Our season average is 12.8.
It's almost twice the season average.
Wow.
That's a good point. It was very obvious.
Yeah.
We got a lot of marks inside 50. And overall, the boys were reasonable at kicking them.
Yep. Just marvellous on a lot of fronts there. Player stats. next.
Okay, best players. And
Yeah.
believe me, there were some very good performances here. For me, whilst it was a very good even performance, I thought there was one real standout, that being Sam Walsh.
Yeah.
I thought he was outstanding. He was clearly the best on ground in my view. 32 touches, the most on the ground. He just ran and ran and ran. He was running, his run was amazing. 8 clearances, equal most metres gained on the ground, equal most contested possessions. He was just in everything. A really astonishingly good performance. One of the things that really struck me is it's not just how much he did, but how much impact he had.
And it's evident from the ground, that's for sure.
Yeah, it just was. He was just in everything.
Yeah.
So, look, he's had a really superb year. I can't believe he didn't get picked in the All-Australian squad, let alone the All-Australian team.
Yeah.
Right? For me, I think he's been great, and I think that's a little bit of bias against a team that finished slightly lower on the ladder.
Yeah. Freo had a few too many players, perhaps.
8 players in Freo. Now, we love those Dockers, but I don't think they're that good. Right? So, yeah, take your blinkers off, look a bit broader than just the top couple of teams, boys.
I like that. I also had Sam Walsh for 5 votes. There you go. Just thought he was quite influential in with his disposal use and especially some of his kick setups too. There was a few lace-up.
Some of the knock on Walsh is that he runs really hard, he creates space, he hits the ball at pace, but he doesn't always use it well. Well, I saw him use it very, very well.
Yep. And for once, old mate Kane Corns has done an analysis piece on Sam Walsh, and he's improved by 4% under Fraser with his kicking efficiency. So
Nice of old mate to say some positive things about Walsh.
Yep.
He normally spends most of his time comparing him unfavourably with Butters and Rosie.
Yep. And don't mind that he also said in that yesterday that Evans will never get 5 goals again, apparently, and then also that we'll lose to Melbourne. Just some random bold calls just to infuriate.
Oh, well, I think that probably means we'll win.
Yep.
So we'll take that. Yeah. So Walsh, best on ground for mine. 4 votes to Frankie Evans.
Yep.
Love Frankie's game. 5 goals. Wow. 5 straight too. Now, a couple of them were easy. He got a 50-metre penalty and he got a lovely handoff from Harry Mackay straight in the goal square. But some other really good finishes where he really got us going.
Yeah.
He just took all of the opportunities presented to him, really. He was a live wire all game. The coach was asked about Evans, and he said that Frankie, it's not just what he does with the ball, it's everything he does off the ball. Him and Taylor Byrne, the pressure they put on opposition backmen is fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's what earns you opportunities like that. So love Frankie's game. 4 votes for me.
I've also given him 4 votes. And also had the 9 scoring involvements too with his 5 goals.
That's a good point. It wasn't just kicking goals; he was helping set them up.
Yep. number 3 rated general forward since round 18 as well.
That's just shows his impact
Yeah.
overall. Unheralded, this guy. You ask many opposition fans, they wouldn't even know who he is.
What a pickup, what a find.
But unbelievable. He's been great. I thought he was fantastic last year, particularly the tail end of last year. He just exploded. And I think he's been good this year too.
And I think if we go deep into finals, he might be a key contributor.
I think he's the kind of guy that will play well in finals.
Yeah.
He
loves a big role.
He loves
Purple
the
patch.
stage.
Yes, he loves a purple patch at the end of the year too. So might as well throw in the Gary Ayres medalist as well for him. So we both have 5 and 4. 3 is...
So 3, Benny Ainsworth.
Yep.
Love Benny boy. Brilliant game, really. Kicked 3 big goals. What about that one he just bombed from 50? As it's running onto it beautifully. Kicked it kind of around his body, bang. It looked like it kicked that 60 plus, that goal. Yeah. So this is a game of sheer impact. 20 touches, but 3 brilliant goals and 2 goal assists. Every time he got the ball, he looked dangerous.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the sheer appeal of this guy. He's not just racking up touches. He's making a big difference every time he gets involved.
Yep.
If you're Melbourne, you do not want to see Benny Ainsworth running onto the footy from 50 with the ball.
Yep. He's like Keziah.
Yeah. So love his game. He has been such a good pickup.
Yeah. All 3 of them. It's fantastic. I've also given him 3 votes as well. So we seem to be quite aligned.
Not every week, but maybe this week a bit, hey?
2.
I loved Ollie Florence game. Another guy who had a really superb game. It just was in everything. Just really stayed in the game the whole time. He ran a lot. I think he had 20 uncontested possessions alone. One of the highest rated players on the field. Yeah, he's just had a really good game, I thought.
Yeah, 29 disposals, 5 intercepts, 420 metres gained, 4 inside 50s and 6 ground balls. I've given him 1 vote. 2 votes goes to Jagger Smith. The 2026 Rising Star.
We haven't got to that. But yes, but I agree. In fact, I had him for 1.
Yeah.
So we're almost identical. Yes. Look, a short note about Jagger, because we are recording this just after the Rising Star announcement.
Yeah.
He has had one of the best first years that you could imagine. It's hard. I mean, you have to. It was kind of Dacos-like. In fact, Dacos and all these other guys never got the number of coaches' votes this guy got. He had 54 of 50 potential 55 votes. So that's how dominant he was, right? He was clearly head and shoulders, and it just game after game after game, he had a lot of the footy, used it well, really smart, a lot of composure, has a big impact. All the things you probably don't expect from a player who's been in the system at least 5 years.
Yep. He's revolutionised Carlton.
Oh, he's made the team immeasurably better in his first year, and that's a very hard thing to do. Very hard thing to do. He was playing well even under Voss when no one else was much, but he's lifted to a new level, I think, under Fraser.
I'm prepared to say almost A-grade level.
Well, I think if you think about his trajectory, it's scary. And I don't want to put too much pressure on a guy. He's still in his first year. So, but I think he's as put together as good a first year as I've seen.
Yeah. 31
really humble guy too, isn't he?
Yeah. He could be a future captain as well. I think I'm not the first one to believe that. He had 31 disposals, 87% disposal efficiency, 10 score involvements, 5 clearances, 8 ground balls, 5 inside 50s and a goal. So, marvellous. Let's go into some other players. George Hewitt, again, consistent, 29 disposals, 8 score involvements, 6 clearances. Cripper, just a 24 disposals, but still had massive impact with 9 score involvements, 8 clearances.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I know on the stat sheet it won't turn out that well, but Look, he was someone I was considering for some votes. He played that well. He was very good.
Yep. And Kemp, 13 disposals, 8 score involvements, 2 goal assists and 3 goals, 6 onside 50s.
So he was certainly considering him in the votes. That was a very good game from Kemp. So he kicked 3 goals straight himself. He has 2 extra he's helped set up. A goal assist is a direct assist. Heap of score involvements. He was really in everything. It was a very good game from him. And one of the highlights for me was this incredible banana kick he kicked off the outside of his boot.
Yeah.
We thought, he's not going to put that through, is he?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I was right near where we were as well.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
We got a great view on that. Great view on that. So, excellent game from Kemp.
Yep. I think he's kicked 11 goals free in the last 4 weeks. So, improving his goal accuracy in front of goal too. Pito as well did quite well. 17 disposals, 7 clearances, 6 score involvements, 6 score launches. Billy Wilson, who got the
Rising Star nominee.
Yes, from round 24. 18 disposals, 89% disposal efficiency, 9 marks, 5 score involvements, 4 rebound 50s and 321 metres gained. Probably wasn't even his best ever game in Navy Blue, and I'm surprised it's taken them so long to give him the nomination, but rightfully deserved. And
I actually don't know that it was his best game all year, right? But it was a very solid game.
Yeah.
But it speaks to how good he's been that it's not his best game of the year and he wins the nomination.
Yeah.
Because he's had a lot of very good games. So really well deserved. Isn't it 4 Rising Star nominees in 1 year?
4. Was it?
Jagger, Harry, Taylor Byrne, and now Billy Wilson, all nominated.
Yeah, I feel like there's someone else.
No, I think it was only 4, but 4's a lot.
Yeah.
4's a lot. There's only 24 rounds. We had a sixth of the nominations.
That's right. The previous year we had what's his name? Harry O'Farrell and Ashton Moore.
Most years you have 1 to 2. Really. To have 4 is sensational. And all 4 of those boys have had fantastic years.
Indeed. What about did Jack Ison get one?
Don't think he
No.
I think so.
Anyway, he's also one to add in the list of young blues. Lockie Cowan, solid as well. 16 disposals, 7 intercepts, 8 marks, 6 rebound 50s. Wade Dirksen, 15 disposals, 10 marks, 4 intercepts, 6 score involvements. Wheaters, 14 disposals, 100% disposal efficiency, 10 marks, 4 score involvements, 3 rebounds.
Very good contest. It wasn't a good contest between Wiedering and Tracy.
Yep.
I was licking my lips at the prospect of this. 2 really big boys. 2 of the strongest players in the AFL. Just absolute beasts, both of them. And sort of a similar size, similar strength, all of that. And gee, didn't they go at it? And I'm certain that I know Tracy ended up with 3 goals, but 2 of them were very late when the whole thing was done.
And Wiedering was actually on the bench.
And Wiedering was on the bench. So I'm giving that one comprehensively to Jacob Wiedering.
Yeah. Don't trade him. Simple as that. Dean as well, 12 disposals, 92% disposal efficiency, 7 marks, 4 score involvements. Had an intriguing battle with Patrick Voss.
Another really good contest. Another one that Harry Dean comprehensively won. Right? And look, Voss had his moments because he's that kind of guy. But again, a little bit of fire between them. That was great.
Yeah.
They're similar sort of size and,
demeanour.
Yeah. It was good to see the 2 of them.
What a matchup, and hopefully see that in years to come too. That's all the players I would like to note. I think we need to move on to the...
Just the one other guy I thought was pretty good was shout out to Cooper Lord.
Okay, yeah.
I think he was fantastic too. So it really was a lot of good players there to mention.
Yep. Now we move on to wildcard round preview. Just to think that we're in it is fantastic, and I think we have a real shot at it too. This is get your popcorn because this is going to be unreal contest. Under the lights, 90,000 people at the MCG probably. You always think back to the 2023 semi-final with this matchup. Certainly could happen again. And surprisingly, we're going in as favourites.
Yes.
Not surprisingly. I don't know.
No. I'm not surprised about being favourites, but I thought it's going to be an awesome match. Just the thought of us playing in the final.
I think we still have nothing to lose though. Like we bail out, and the season's still an overwhelming success.
I saw some smart memes sort of saying pressure gauge on the different teams in the finals, and the lowest pressure gauge was on Carlton because we've already made it. And we weren't expected to make it. But I think that will be expectations the boys will put on themselves. They've fought extremely hard to get here. Really hard. They've had to win and win and win and win. I don't think they want to blow this.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be really determined. I think that's a pretty good matchup for us. Sure, we lost these guys. We lost everyone under Voss earlier in the season anyway. Yeah. And actually should have beaten them.
Let's impact finals, not just make it.
Yeah. We sort of shot ourselves in the foot, of course. With another late collapse, we should have won that match comfortably, and I think we can do so again. We've got a bit of an assistance because Van Rooyen's out injured. Suspended.
Yeah.
We've got Jake Lever, so he's their best forward. Best forward's out. Best backman is Jake Lever out. There's a couple of other guys under injury clouds as well.
Yeah.
So I think we've got them at the right time there. And, their form's been okay if you look in recent
they've done
times.
well considering where they were last year. They've
had a good season.
Had a good trade period, and it's lots of young talent, and they're playing a good, exciting brand. But so are we now, so it's going to be...
I say to Melbourne, really good season. Well done, blokes. You improved. Making the wild round was great. Well done on the wild card, and off you go.
I think
because we're not done. I'm giving you the tip. We're not done. We're not satisfied with just making the wild card round. We want to make an impact on the finals.
Yeah, the pressure. I think pressure will be important. I think they've faltered a little bit in recent games when whether it's forward pressure or just around the ground, and I think we've been doing that very well lately with our defence. So I think we can kind of exploit that from them and force them to play into our style game, where we just play just our usual process of uncontested dominance and contest beasts as well.
Well, if you look at Melbourne, right, they've played exactly the same opponent as us in the last 2 weeks. So we played the Dogs and they played the Dogs. That's been the last 2 rounds. We played the Dogs and they drew, and like we were saying, we could have perhaps won that if we'd really pushed.
Yeah.
They played the Dogs and lost. So that bodes pretty well.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit more than that. That I think they were comprehensively outplayed by the Dogs.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that margin may have flattered them a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, so they had more scoring shots, but I think that if you look at the match, that the Dogs led pretty much from the start. I think there was a late comeback of theirs in the fourth quarter, but really, the Dogs seemed to have their measure for mine.
Yep. Selection wise, I think so. We got Haynes and Hayward at tests. I think there's no I think Haynes is more likely to make it than Hayward, but I think Hayward is also a reasonable chance of making it.
I think the equation is fairly straightforward here. If Hayward gets up, he replaces Hollins.
Yep.
If Haynes gets up, he replaces Young.
Yeah, I don't want Dirksen gone.
No, well, I think they need Dirksen, and Dirksen is a really important key backman for us, and Lewis Young doesn't do that as well. And I know they've got some of their forwards out, but I think they really do need that spine and that steel in defence that he provides. So I think he's in the best. Dirksen is in the best 23, and Lewis Young's been pretty good overall since he came back in, but Haynes is a step up for me. He's still playing superb football.
Yeah. Lewis needs to nail his shots in front of goal. If he did that, he would.
Well, that might have been a different story. Yeah. He missed two bad
this
badly.
game and last game.
Yeah. So it's not really a big knock on those guys. They came in, they performed their role. I mean, I loved Holly's games, but I suppose there was one slight, for all of how good his tackle was, it was sensational. He turns around and kicks it out of bounds, right? And that probably kind of sums up where his strengths and weaknesses are.
Sums up his career at Carlton.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the problem he's got under Fraser, what is Fraser's tactics and strategy? It's hitting up targets, right? Consistently hitting up targets. People running into space and you hitting them up. And even taking risks to hit up targets in the corridor. If you've got a guy on your squad who's not so good at hitting up targets, they're going to be one of the first people pushed out, aren't they?
And also, there's a contested wing and half-back spots now, so I don't see it. I don't see him.
I think
especially
all
Matt
that
Carroll to come and.
All
Gerald's
that may be
playing
true, but I think there's a broader strategy job about the way you're trying to play your game.
Yeah.
There.
He'll get another place in another club. For sure.
Look, I know, and we'll have a look at all the players post-season, right? I would offer him I would be offering another contract if he wasn't going elsewhere.
Yeah.
But if he's going elsewhere and going to get more opportunities, then all power to him, and he should consider that.
Yep. Or we can try and find somehow bag a good draft pick for it. I mean, it's pick number
Possibly.
11.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a lot of time for Ollie, because I love the way he chases. I love the way he puts pressure on. He's one of those guys that gives you a lot of run. Yeah, I think it's just his presence under what he's good and not so good at under the Fraser era is a problem for him.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's hope he gets another contract. Let's hope he has a big year in 27, and he's not necessarily done.
No.
He came in rightfully so, in my view, when Hayward got injured. Hayward's not certain to come back, and even so, I think he's one of the first guys up should there be an injury.
Yeah. Would you consider, I don't know, somehow giving him a half forward role? See how he fares in that?
The difficulty is you don't want to blow your opportunities going forward.
No. Especially in the final, right? Yeah, you need to capitalise.
You need to capitalise on your opportunities. I mean, he did kick a good goal. So he does sneak forward at times. But I think he's where he could have the most impact. If he can just get that skill level, he probably needs to improve that a bit. But his run-off half-back should be a real asset.
Yeah.
So that's where he should be playing and playing well.
Yep. So that's our sort of thoughts on the selection and probably Hollands' future. Predictions.
I think Blues by 15 points.
It's always a tight tussle between these two. I'm gonna say Blues by 4 points.
Oh, you're predicting a really close one.
Another memory against Melbourne.
No, I just think we're in better form than these guys.
Yeah.
I really do. Look, they dropped a game they really needed to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the biggest single losers out of round 24. They dropped out of the top 6. They're forced into a wildcard round.
Yeah.
So, suddenly the pressure's on them, and they don't want to be running into a red-hot Blues.
No one does. Dare to dream, baggers. Thank you for listening to, I don't know what episode this is, but we've lost count because it's been going so well lately. We really value all of your support. And make sure you like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow on Spotify. Share it around as well. Share it to any fellow Perth Blue baggers. We want to create a really good Perth community too. And we might be there at the WA Blues function. Against.
Shout out if you're there.
Yeah, so if you somehow recognise our voices, come say hi. We don't release our faces, but thank you for your support. Up the baggers.
Calm the Blues.